I'm gonna stop making myself laugh. I'm gonna. Okay.
Oh my god.
Here we go. This is gonna be super fun. Please has improved so much. He's constantly asking for CGs, like in excuse me, in Discord, and in like in people's Twitch channels. He's always asking for CGs. This guy plays a ton, and he plays against high-level players all the time. So I'm really excited to see how Please does against VortiX. VortiX, super old-school Spanish undead player. Someone mentioned in chat he is Lucifron's brother, who's old-school Orc pro-level player from like 10 years ago. But VortiX has basically been around Warcraft for like 10 years, kind of on and off, but just now coming back, but putting up pretty impressive results in tournaments that he's been playing in. So he obviously hasn't lost it. So this is, but in terms of skill level, I'd say both these guys are pretty equal. So I'm really excited to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, VortiX actually has had some very good results in online cups. Like his ELO is extremely high right now. Like on the Warcraft 3.info ELO, you know, like there's gonna be the cup this Saturday where you have only, you need to have 2k1 ELO or less to be able to play in it, and the only players that have 2k1 or more is like Happy, Foggy, and VortiX, and maybe that's it, maybe Blade or something. So it's like, even Hawk has less than 2k1. Which is nuts. Death Cow with a resub, thank you very much. Welcome back.
Alright, so things you want to look out for. I really Please does that one base tier 3 that we were talking about earlier during Sonic's game, and so far it kind of looks like it. We see the Demon Hunter. Please is very strong mechanically too. He really doesn't make any. I would say Sonic is like the opposite. He like makes some mechanic mistakes,
yeah,
but he's freaking crazy. So he somehow ends up winning games anyway, because Sonic is just crazy. But Please just plays really strong standard Warcraft, which is kind of the scariest Warcraft to play against.
Yeah,
and
it's very solid.
Yeah.
VortiX actually sold his TP here, and he's gonna go creep a little bit with some ghouls. He sells his altar?
Oh, this is this might be some kind of ghoul rush actually. It is. It's a double crypt.
Oh my god.
Double crypt ghoul rush.
So he's gonna go aura, right? He waits until he gets burnt.
Yeah.
He's gonna show you the Death Knight first. He's gonna let himself get burnt. Actually, no.
If Please doesn't scout this out, like this is super hard to defend against. Like
yeah, he needs like many Moonwells, basically, right?
He needs, yeah, you got to build 2 Moonwells and a second AOW. Start pumping archers like right now. Otherwise, this gets so hard to defend against.
I like the split by VortiX. He's putting some ghouls on the archer. Demon. He's trying to do what he can against the Death Knight, but Unholy Aura level 1 is gonna help a ton with the move speed, with the unit regen. Finally gets level 2 here thanks to some skeletons.
And we do see a second AOW being constructed in his base. That is. But one of the things is you can't get complacent. As the elf player, you have to realize that there is going to be a constant stream of ghouls coming in, attacking you, attacking your archer. So you just constantly have to be building things. Like, he's backing off right now, but he's not actually backing off. He needs to keep pumping archers. He needs to make another AOW.
He's out of Moon Juice completely, and that second Enchant of War got cancelled.
Yep. And this is and he goes Immolation. That's I don't agree with that pick at all. He's gonna end up using all of his Moonwells for his mana, and you can see VortiX is just running away from the Immolation. Immolation is bad, guys.
Yeah, once it runs out, then without having evasion and also having used your entire mana pool, regenerating hit points is actually very hard.
I expect to see Please. He's detonated a ton of Wisp. The second that Shredder becomes available, I expect him. Nice hide here. He is saving an archer there. Another archer is right over here.
Actually, VortiX might scan if he knows that it's there. I mean, he's left the ghoul.
Notice VortiX is still on 1 base, by the way, just pumping ghouls. Or sorry, we're still on tier 1, just pumping ghouls. Like, as the elf player, Please is doing the right thing by not teching. You really can't tech until the undead is actually backing off. And until he backs off, you should not feel safe to tech. You see him, he's still making archers. He needs to like make another AOW. If you check out Please's resources, this is one of the things you always want to look at when someone is getting rushed. He has like 400 gold and 300 wood.
But every time he made it, like it got cancelled previously. I think he has to make it maybe above his tree. Because then, like, if the ghouls go nearby, the main tree is going to be hitting, which is what you want here.
Exactly, and that's a really good point. And one of the main things about building it is you're forcing the ghouls to attack something other than your archers, which is what you want. So them canceling it is actually fine. You're like, okay, fine, you can cancel that, but in the meantime, I'm going to put 400 damage on your ghouls while you're canceling it. So, but Please is doing a good job so far of defending this. It's a little bit of resource misallocation. We look at his resources. He's at 450 gold, 450 wood right now.
I didn't get the shredder at all.
I think if he ends up teching and this game goes late, because he does not have enough wisps. 400 wood sounds like a lot, but if you're actually teching in late game, that wood will
He's
not
gonna get
last
boots
too long.
instead, I think. Maybe a circlet. That's a lot of ghouls.
Yeah, and mana burn on that DK. DK close to level 2. He's about 75% of the way to level 2 here. 5 archers now. And we see Please is still just making buildings. So he's doing it right now.
Trying to go for
but his archers are running the wrong way.
Yeah, where are they
his
going?
archers are going to get passed.
That's so weird. One of them's gonna derp and... Oh, he already
they
dusted.
did
Yeah,
totally
2 of
derp.
them might die.
Is that double derp? Oh, that was close to a double derp. So you really want to use your tree and use your positioning and your range on those archers to make sure that they're not taking damage. And it's much easier said than done.
Dusty's gonna run out soon, but he's got another one. And those ghouls are going to work here on the second Enchanter War. In the meantime, still no tech from VortiX. He's just rallying ghouls across the map. What is this, mono battle?
Huh. He needs to repair this AOW, actually. That AOW is doing a ton of damage. Yeah, he unloads those wisps. And that's still not going to be enough. He was about a second too late unloading those wisps. All these archers, those 4 archers getting chased down by...
Yeah.
This is a really fun strategy by VortiX. I like this. This is an interesting
He finally
game.
techs. I think he realizes he's done enough now that he can actually tech. He has so much supply, 44 to 27. These archers got wiped out.
This is just a ton of ghouls. In this situation, when I find myself, especially with Please finding himself with all those resources, Wisp Laboratory, so my guess is he's going to buy that shredder. But I find myself throwing up a Hunter's Hall because against all of these ghouls, if you're able to get like 2 Huntresses out instead of archers, Huntresses do infinitely times better against ghouls than archers do. Please was able to keep a lot of these archers alive. He does still have a force, but he has to be...
That's a lot of ghouls. I was gonna get a Zep, that's very clever.
Nice Zeppelin. Nice Zeppelin.
I guess
And
he
that
might
Zeppelin
tech
should...
now.
Sorry, go ahead.
He might tech now?
Yeah, I think he's going to need the gold. He has about 200 gold off from teching, 150. But yeah, I think he'll tech now. I think once that Zeppelin comes out, there's really nothing you can do because this is what I was talking about earlier about the Zeppelin mechanic. It's just weird. It's bizarre the way it works. You can instantly pick up, you can instantly drop off. And this actually isn't worth it, taking all that damage, even though you're getting immolation damage. All those ghouls are just going to run back and regenerate on the blade anyway, so...
Yeah. And especially it's day now, so he has 1 Moonwell with juice in it, that's it.
And not even... Yeah, it's like 3/4 full. Oh, it's like a little bit more than 3/4.
Yeah, Death Knight doesn't have that much XP to be honest, like Demon being close to level 3 is pretty nice. I guess like, do you go Evasion level 1?
What do you mean? Sorry, say that. Oh,
on level 3. I think it has to be mana burn, but...
I think you still go mana burn because, especially when you see that tech, you know that tier 2 heroes coming out, and getting that first mana burn off on that it's probably going to be Lich or Naga maybe, but getting that mana burn off on that tier 2 hero is really important.
VortiX actually still engages the Murlocs, which is what Please has been waiting for. The Death Knight's still somewhat low. You could actually dodge a coil as well with the Zep.
Yeah, Please really is not scared in this position whatsoever because he has that Zeppelin nearby. He's not going to lose it. The Zeppelin can instantly pick up these units, and there's nothing to attack there. We're going to see gargoyles coming out from VortiX, old school Garg style. So we see the first 2 gargoyles being produced, and once those gargoyles...
It's going to be nice against Zeppelin. You're cutting off, by the way, sometimes. I don't know why.
Oh, no. That's not good.
And already getting +1 creature attack, by the way. Which is a pretty silly name, might I add.
What, creature attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird. VortiX is sitting at a pretty cool 50 food here.
Look at the AP. Please is getting an AP in his base.
Yeah, when you see gargoyles, that's not uncommon. But VortiX isn't going for an offensive thing. He's making another acolyte. He's here. He's gonna go for a tier 2 expand with 4 gargoyles. So as the Night Elf, the way you play this is you kind of have 2 options. You either go tier 2 and you make a bunch of dryads with a panda, like we see now, or you try and basically cheat and go straight tier 3 with your entire goal of getting an orb on that DH as fast as possible. So let's see which one Please opts for. We do see one more coming up. Now, the question is, do we just... Yeah, okay, so we're seeing Please go straight tier 3. So the idea with going straight tier 3 is get orb on DH as fast as you possibly can. And the idea is the DH will be able to kill every single gargoyle by himself.
And like, what units do you make?
Usually make like 1 or 2 dryads just to give you some slow in the fight, and then you go bears for rejuvenation.
What is this ziggurat placement?
Are under attack.
That's bizarre.
What is that? He's gonna put a goalkeeper in the middle or something?
It looks like it. It looks like a field goal for football.
Come at me, bro. Ooh, actually, this attack's pretty scary. Mana burn soon, I guess. He has Breath of Fire at least. Feels like it's maybe more useful than Drunken Haze. Getting that Panda to level 3 is going to be really hard here because I expect VortiX to kind of stay on him. Ooh, actually...
Ooh, that is so bad. The staff is on the wrong hero here. He's going to need to TP. No, he's going to pass the staff.
Why does he need not trigger immolation?
That was a little bit of a mistake. I know he's trying to do 50 things at one time right now. I know this position. And even if you have like 300 APM, this is kind of a fight to take just because
the gargoyles are actually attacking the Shredder, which I like because they don't do much against archers. If you can kill that, really, there's the staff. Really he's waiting to staff.
He needs to staff that Shredder. He cannot lose that Shredder. Oh,
right,
he's gonna
might have waited too long.
He did.
Yeah. So he loses the Shredder. The AP is coming to the aid of everything, but all of the archers have been wiped out.
This is such smart play from VortiX, throwing up, he basically threw up the, now this is very, very standard kind of technical play, but it's very smart play. He throws up the expansion, and as the expansion is getting up, he goes and hits the base with 50 food. And the idea with this as Undead is, you might lose that army, but that's okay, because essentially you're just buying time for your expansion to get up. Once your expansion is up, then you're just going to outnumber the Night Elf army. So we do see Please going bears, mainly for the rejuvenation more than anything else. But did Please scout out the expo yet? Do we know?
Sorry, what?
Did Please scout the expo yet?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I think he might have left. If he he lost his entire army except the 2 heroes. He left the circlet.
Left the circlet. Circlet.
Not like this.
He needs that orb so badly. Oh, not like this, not like this. Oh, don't wake him. Okay, so orb on DH now.
Okay, finally.
Fight.
He can save one unit with staff, so he needs to pull back with everything. He turned around.
There we go.
A player's force.
This is rough, and now Lich on the way, tier 3, Slaughterhouse. I mean, that Death Knight, there's no way that Death Knight does not get level 5 here in that game.
When Undead does this tier 2 timing expo, you kind of have 2 options. You either have to counter expo yourself as soon as you scout it, or at this point it's kind of too late to counter expo. So
I feel like on this map, if you can assemble a strong 50 though, and like you're creeping and you get Panda level 3, then it's still okay if you late expands, because there's so much gold available on the expo anyway. You can kind of make up for the loss of like the delay on the expansion by creeping a lot.
It almost turns into like a Night Elf versus human matchup where the Night Elf will be sitting at 50 food and trying to get their expansion up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Undead will shoot up to 70 food, and they, a 50 food Night Elf army against a 70 food Undead army is not very good. So that might be what we end up seeing here, but 98% of the time, Night Elf is going to lose that game.
He's getting +2 attack for gargoyles here. VortiX being so rich, he might just go Force Worms. Counter bears.
We do see more. He's still pumping Garks, actually.
Oh wow, he broke
Which
upkeep.
is-
I think that's because he's creeping and like he's just got a big advantage. What is Please
And he
doing?
knows-
Where is he attacking?
Knows the expansion is here now. Please is only at 35 food right now.
Did you not watch the
35.
tunnel meeting? Kevin talked about the Nerubian Tower being unkillable.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh my god, the regen! The repair!
Nerubian Tower is so strong.
It's so funny. Kevin started talking about this and immediately Terra was like, oh my god, he was like face palming.
A town is
Yeah,
under
this is not going to get broken. So I guess this is actually why he does this with zigs on side, so that he can build that thing in the middle and it gets to kind of break that. He's creating a wall. So there was a method behind the madness, so to speak.
Yeah. Statue is taking a lot of damage here, but actually bears, they feel pretty tanky against Gargoyle with Drunken Haze like this. But there's still some ghouls on the ground left over here. There's still a mana potion on the Death Knight. He's gonna go for the surround of the Panda, and he needs to transfer TP here. Oh, he uses the mana potion.
If he loses Panda, this is
Oh my
GG
God.
territory.
He didn't transfer TP.
Yeah, this just started. I expect to see a GG coming out here, please. I think this is...
Demon is not
Irre-
even level 4. Death Knight is level 5. That's
yeah,
insane.
this is irreparable damage. Did he go Aura level 3 by any chance?
No.
He went up 2. Good. Oh, nice surround, actually. Yeah, and that's going to be a GG. Nicely played by VortiX. That was a